How's your connection seeming?
Good.
Let's just talk for a minute. Oh, wow, you sound really good.
Oh, hooray.
You do anything different?
I have a real laptop and a real phone, so everything's like connected and working. And I don't have better internet, but you know.
That is
them's the breaks.
But you sound very good. This feels very intimate.
I mean, I've been playing. Do you want me to? I can move away. I can do the. Is this the show?
Did it seem like I was complaining about the intimacy? Did I push you away? I think I pushed you away.
You know what? I think this says more about me.
Changed within me.
Yeah. Oh no!
Rules of someone else's game.
I should explain that
I might be flying solo, but at least I'm flying free, Alex.
Last night I didn't go out to a large party, but did watch Wicked for the sixth time, I believe. Well,
Wicked. We're talking about the musical from the early 2000s. What are you talking about?
You know what? Oh, I'm sorry. I should have mentioned there's been a release of a movie musical, Wicked, based on the 2003 Broadway show.
Tip of the hat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was confusing.
Tip of the hat. Tip of the hat to Wicked.
Our household is quite a fan because now there are 3 Sorry, Matthew is still here. I was not sluggish this morning. I'm sluggish most mornings, but my spouse had the audacity to sleep in on his day off. Just leave him
I have well, my family, I don't know what my family thinks of me anymore, but I don't know. I pointlessly try to defend myself and say, if I can sleep, I sleep. That's the thing. It's like, if I can get sleep, I do sleep. And part of my sleep process, and this sounds like bullshit, it might be, but I think it's true, is also just me dealing with anxiety and intrusive thoughts, where it's like I'm also just trying to learn. I'm always constantly applying different strategies to the most lightweight, non-invasive way that I cannot find myself with my brain racing. And if I fall asleep after that and it's 10 a.m., I'm okay with that. That didn't happen today. That's not why I'm sluggish, I don't think. But so what I do is I say something like, "Hello, everyone, family meeting, stand by." And you say, "Stand by." And then that's what we say in our house. You say, "Family meeting, stand by." That's tip of the hat. Did we watch a Seth Rudetsky video together? Did we ever do that?
I don't think think so. I don't know if
we're gonna do that today. Tip of the hat.
Okay,
tip of the hat to Rudetsky. I feel like the one I probably sent you was Waving Through a Window. Although I also might have sent you Schuyler Sisters.
Oh, you are
Tip of the hat.
Yes,
Two tips of the hat to Wicked.
Tip of the hat to Wicked. He's the one of the Broadway men, the Broadway YouTube men.
He's my ideal YouTube guy. He's just a charming. He talks to the camera. There's no cuts at all, and he says. Sometimes you'll say, "That's neither here nor there." I also love that. But what I'll say is a family meeting, stand by, and then I'll say, and by the way, when I say stand by like that, that's tip of the hat to Markle in Howl's Moving Castle. You remember when he's about to open the door and he puts on the beard, and he goes stand by, and that means everybody look out. He's played by PETA from the Hunger Games. Hunger Games. That's PETA from the Hunger Games.
Did you know that means bread? Did you know that in the movies
Manna?
And in the books he's it's sometimes called maize. Oh, that's wrong.
Oh, you mean maize what you call corn. So Alex still working on their puzzle. Oh, you got a cool hand-drawn maze. This show is unapproachable today. Should we start the show?
This is Due by Friday, a weekly challenge podcast with Alex Cox and Merlin Mann. This week's challenge, play Balatro.
How was your holiday?
The holiday's great.
Rabbit.
I have so many compulsions I've got to get out of my system every day. It's like I'm shitting energy balls or I can't relax. You know what I'm saying? Did you ever see Suicide Squad, that movie? Sorry, Self-Harm Squad. Did you ever see that movie?
I'm familiar with the KMS squad. What?
KMFDM is a drug against war. What's KMS? A cool means...
no, that is
root
kill
means,
myself.
RMS means root means square. Oh, boy. Root
That's
means,
how the...
Okay.
That's how the
Royal
kids
Majesty's
say
ship.
it because of algorithms. And I thought you were more familiar with TikTok than I was just because of your daily access to a younger person.
Alex. Sweetie. You and our friend are pretty much off Twitter at this point, right? Is that what I'm getting? So what I was going to say was, hey, rabbit. It's the super rabbit. No, I will not allow that. No, I'm not going to be bogged down.
You won't tell me about your I'm going to tell you about how I spend my holiday.
Something has changed within me.
I have taken
I'm going to make you popular R.
Wait. R?
Wasn't it cute when the girls from the play, when the musical were in it? Wasn't that awesome?
Oh, yeah.
And you couldn't have watched it six times. I've been trying to steal it for months. I bought it. Oh, you saw it in the theater 3 times?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yes. But like I said, like 1.5 because it was just yesterday and there wasn't good there was. I really tried to set up my apparatus like you.
Well, the apparatus, it has, things just don't leak anymore, which is okay. I was happy to pay for it. $30 seemed a little steep, but then I says to myself, well, 3 people, $10 a piece. That's actually not so bad. And I like to support the arts. But Wicked and
this show is supported by
the
people
arts
who support the arts, the little
listeners like you.
Yeah, they go, the little paint tubes go to giveusyourfuckingmoney.com.
And sometimes there's I'm writing this down. We should make tote bags. Because you know what people need more of is tote bags. Tote bags and water bottles are 2 things people need more of.
All right. I've overcorrected and
have you even tried Defying Gravity? Because I get the sense you haven't even tried.
I've lost all my tote bags.
It's never going to bring me down.
I don't know how much of this is a bit of you liking it, or you just haven't seen Wicked.
Yeah, for like, I don't know, 15 years, I've had that entire song memorized. It's a bit. I'm not an OG. But I also, because of people like someone else I do a podcast with, I feel the constant pressure to not enjoy anything until I've enjoyed it correctly and entirely. Right?
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying? Now, the thing is, there was a time in America, during the times of the Great American Songbook, when you could just hear a song from a musical. You could hear something like let's take a classic Cole Porter song, right? You take a song like my favorite, I've Got You Under My Skin. Actually, my favorite's Night and Day. Night and Day, Got You Under My Skin, Anything Goes. You take those kinds of songs. Well, I think there's a time when you weren't expected to have seen the stage show and know everything about the history of it before you're allowed to, like, in this case, Defying Gravity.
I didn't expect
I wasn't talking to you. I'm sorry.
Oh.
You take it so personal.
That's because I thought you said that this was intimate. So
I'm sorry. Let's reboot. This is very intimate. All right, I got to pull back up the lyrics for Wicked. All right.
Well,
so I'd heard and listened to and loved. I was obsessed with 2 songs for a long time, right? As much as I'm like not qualified because I've never seen the show or read the book. But Defying Gravity and Popular. And I was not a half fan, but like I was less familiar with, but really enjoyed the Loathing song, which I think is Billy's second favorite in the show.
As Matt is going to be saying as he listens to this episode.
What's he going to be saying?
It's actually, what is this feeling? It's not the Loathing song, Merlin. It's what is this feeling? It's so sudden.
That's what it was originally called in the original French version from 1985. 24601. Because, Sean Connery originated the role before Colin Wilkinson. Before Colin Wilkinson, it was... Did you know that? Did you know James Bond was the original Valjean?
I think it goes a little something. There was a time, Merlin, that you didn't have to know. You didn't have to know who the original James.
That's the Great American Songbook, and like you can, like it weighs on me. It weighs. It's like something that just hangs over my head. this idea of like being concerned about enjoying something because you're enjoying it wrong. It just it makes me sad, and that's why when I meet the wizard, can I also just say, oh my God, spoilers!
Your whole life will change.
Oh
yes.
shit!
Spoilers for.
There's so much I didn't know about the lore of like how it connects with the movie. Like Billy goes, you see that little lion in a cage? I'm like, yeah. He's like, mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, no way. Like stuff like that.
It's.
Did you like the goat with the glasses? I love the goat with the glasses.
Oh yeah, Tyrion was the goat. I didn't expect that.
I have a lot of continuity problems about how his apartment works. I said somebody in, I don't know his name, Dr. Turdball or whatever, in Professor Linneman's life, I think there's somebody doing a lot of emotional and physical labor for him. Because I've seen goats. Glasses or otherwise, they have cloven hooves, and I don't think they can actually make tea on their own.
Well, and in this universe, Miss Elphaba needs to help the goat Tyrion to make or to pick up his tea, and that's why.
Yeah, how does he usually do that?
Exactly. I haven't seen all the deleted scenes yet.
If there's anybody in the entire production who should know not to overhelp somebody with what appears to be a clear disability, like she's very sensitive to overhelping.
Yes.
But a goat ain't got no, well, see, now I'm going to, it's goat ableism. It's bad. You ever seen a goat climb the side of you ever seen a goat climb a wall? You ever seen how a goat climbs the side of a cliff? You ever seen it?
Yeah. Well, in person? No.
No, I haven't seen it in person as much. I've seen goats do crazy shit. I have seen goats in the wild because we had goats at our petting zoo, at our zoo.
Okay, wait. I got so goats in the wild or goats in a zoo?
I've encountered, well, I mean, has anyone ever truly met a wild goat?
Yes.
I mean, it has certain satanic implications.
I'm not going to deny it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to deny it.
Because the Christopher Columbus implication.
It's the implication.
Did you know people were never meant to walk on two legs? I went to NYU. The city's my campus. Grandmama! Grandmama, you busy hedgehog. You tall lesbian. You watched it finally, didn't you?
I watched it, but not 6 times, so I'm not going to.
Something's changed within you. This is unbearable. Do you want to start the show over?
Hey, Matt, you're going to listen to this one.
No!
Would you like to?
No!
Are you saying goodbye?
Yeah.
Bye, Matt.
No, he does sometime. Bye.
Oh.
Oh, ew, no, I didn't push mute. Go away. Go away.
That kiss was very queer coded.
Oh, go. Yeah. Oh, yes. And you missed, we rapid fired, we talked about our entire day in that 30 seconds.
Oh, and the things that you're disappointed in yourself and them.
Yeah.
And then, that's called the AM powwow. And then the afternoon, the evening, you get together and you talk again about how you're still disappointed with each other.
Well, yeah, that's the evening stand up.
It's a stand up because of a stand up meeting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
We've got a Notion template for our one-on-ones.
I got a Notion. But anyway, have you guys enjoyed that? Because see, I was could you say one quick thing? I was mobbed up. I never know how to talk about this because it sounds so weird, but my first big foray, what became my first foray into blogging, was really on LiveJournal, starting in 99 or 2000. And for 2 or 3 years, I just, I don't know, were you doing LiveJournal then?
Oh, not until 2001.
Yeah, but I made so many cool friends there, and that's how I learned about the long winters. But I was learning about the long winters from people who went to NYU and Emerson. There were these, I don't know if this is a phrase people use. What's a phrase do you call, because theater kids, what do you call people who hang out at the TKTS and try and get tickets and want to see Rent, and what, like a Broadway kid? What's the name for that that's not disparaging?
Well, theater kid isn't always disparaging.
See, I think of theater kid as did you ever see Cast Party for the Crucible on SNL?
No, but I don't think so.
It's very,
but
it's very,
know
80,
where it's
very 80
going.
Brian. Like
Yeah.
it's like, oh man, the cast party for the
Yeah.
Crucible is going to get wild. We're going to be up till like 11:30.
Yes. So I think, there's like a difference
theater
between
kids,
a
right?
theater. Yeah, like there's a lot of theater kids who aren't theater nerds, and there's a lot of theater nerds who aren't.
If you've
theater
never met
kids.
one of those couples, you know,
Yeah,
with the woman
yeah.
and the gay man.
Yeah.
I woke up like this.
Yeah.
Sorry, all you listen to is the Mountain Goats, and all that I think about is Chris Fleming. So I was aware of them. And it's one of those. These are kids that are just barely college aged at that time, and you could tell like they're too cool for school, and they like Ted Leo, and they go see musicals, and they were dear friends of mine that I made, people who were 20 plus years younger than me, and then I learned a lot through those people. And like, it just must be so neat. The same way that I think it's so cool that you can just get on BART and go to the East Bay if you live here. You can get to wherever here. That's so different from where I grew up. It must be so neat to be able to like go and get cheap tickets to a Broadway show. And like, you know what I mean? And like, I don't know, it just seems like it must be kind of a thrilling thing to get to do. And that's where I first heard about it, I think, was kind of in that crowd.
Wait, the
original Wicked.
Just wait. Oh, okay. Yeah. The
Rent was also pretty big at that time, I feel like.
No, it was. Well, actually, I think I've told this story before.
Wait, are you messing with my is the chronology wrong? Is that it?
No, it's not. It's Rent was just almost a decade earlier, like mid '90s, because it was still it was kind of the tail end of the AIDS epidemic, and I think I've.
But wasn't it still on Broadway at that point? No.
Yeah. Actually, I don't think it. No, well, it definitely
I could
wasn't.
Absolutely be remembering this wrong, so I apologize.
I think it was still on Broadway, but the reason that I got into Wicked initially was because Idina Menzel was
had
Maureen.
Played, yeah,
and I was into Rent.
What's the time?
No, that's
Rosario Dawson. Oh no, she's the one. She's the one that messes with everybody, right?
Yes,
yeah.
Maureen is the bisexual bitch. They're not mutually exclusive. Don't cancel.
So she's got the black. She's got the black girlfriend, and then also the privileged camera boy.
Yes.
What's that guy's name?
Mark.
Mark.
Yeah, there's Mark, Suzanne, Collins, Angel,
I know Angel. Angel, and then Angel's the one who killed the dog.
Allegedly.
And then you got the guy from Law and Order. Improbably enough.
Wait.
The African American guy who sings. He's slightly older. He's kind of. He comes off as kind of a hacker, sort of.
Benny. Yes. Oh, fuck Benny. I didn't know he was on Law and Order. Which
for
the original
so long.
Laws and Orders?
He and Raul Esparza were both on Law and Order.
Oh, I know Raul Esparza was on Law and Order. SVU is. That show.
Isn't that show good?
I can't. Show.
Yeah, this show's so good. Olivia. That should be a challenge. We should watch the Olivia episode.
We should.
Olivia. Remember the little girl on the phone? Olivia.
Wait, what little girl? There's so many
a little girl who's being held hostage and is talking to Olivia. Oh. It's the one who goes, Olivia. She might be a hostage on a plane, maybe? I'm not sure.
I thought those were the snakes. I mean, there are
Raul Esparza is still my favorite being alive. I'll just say it.
He is the best lawyer. He's the best ADA
Objection.
on Law and Order SVU.
Huh.
Yes.
Including the originals, the OGs. This is what we're talking about. I'm talking about SVU.
I'm talking SVU. I don't think I've ever actually seen a full episode of the original Law and Order.
Fuck my mouth. Are you kidding me?
No, I mean, I'm sure.
Because Jerry Orbach was also a great Broadway star.
Really? I mean, I knew he was in things.
Oh yeah, he was in Fantastics. He was in like one of the most popular musicals of the. Oh, he was also in Promises, Promises. And because he had to sing the song Promises, Promises, written by Bacharach and David, it was such a difficult song that basically the Dionne Warwick single that was the hit was also kind of like I might be putting this wrong. Nothing against Mr. Orbach. And by the way, somebody in New York two different people in New York have his eyes right now, according to John Mulaney. But no, he promises, and I don't promises. I don't know how I got the nerve, to walk out. You know that song?
I'm so excited to send this episode to so many.
Oh no! See, this is the problem. Okay, I might have.
What's the problem?
Time? What's the time? 1955. I might have dropped in some promises.
It's
gotta be close
to midnight. And
1955 or so. The great Jerry Orbach. Yeah, I think he sang "Try to Remember" from song. Try to remember the kind of September when last was old and was mellow. You know that song? Try to remember.
No,
I think it's from Fantastics.
This is not a critique, but a friend of the show and former editor Quinn.
Oh God, I'm gonna really get it, aren't I?
If
I don't talk about dicks, I get the messages.
What?
You know what? God damn it! All right, that's it. I'm done. I'm fucking calling you on this because I've had it. You know that drives me crazy when you tell me that. What are people contacting you about and how?
Do you want to cut? The most common question right now is about a pod. Why you haven't been releasing a podcast that isn't this one?
Okay, so they ask stuff like that. Okay,
weird stuff. I send you the good stuff.
No. I don't. I mean, I like that people listen to the show, and I want to be friends with them. But I don't like the idea. I don't like the idea of having an emotional inbox in my life that anybody can fill.
I do. I want people to fill it up, and
it's almost like we're different people.
I know, right? It's wild. It's like we saw Wicked at two different times.
But it makes people. I don't know. Sometimes people can be weird.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and it bumps me out because if you know enough about what we're doing to have an opinion about it, I would hope that you would like the stuff that we've done or that we do. But I don't know. It's just, we all do it, but man, I'm just a guy. I'm just a dude. I'm just a whatever. I'm just a fucking waste of carbon over here. Don't be mean to me, please.
Don't be. Oh, no.
No, I don't want to be too. I mean, I understand some mean to me, but I swear to Christ, I'm always trying. You wouldn't know it from what I make, I swear to God, I'm always trying. Because every time you say that, all I hear is Merlin sucks. That's all I hear every time you say that, because I'm self-involved.
No.
People are contacting you about things all the time. Contacting you. Probably you have Discord. You're inviting me to queer chats all the time on Patreon. I don't know what is happening in your life, but you have so much information coming into your life.
I do not. Well,
somebody on your behalf has sent me 2 different invitations to some kind of queer online chat, which is great, except I'm learning you are creating inboxes for yourself all the time.
Wait, from you?
And I don't prefer it. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ! I'll find it.
Wait,
why are you confused? Okay, I'm searching. I have a launch bar shortcut GMA, which is search my Gmail, spacebar, Alex Patreon. Join Alex Cox, Independent Queer Tech Podcast, in their new chat 2025 theme.
Oh God, that's yes. Oh, okay.
Right.
I have. Hey,
I'm sorry. Can you just real quick? Almost done. Join Alex Cox, Independent Queer Tech Podcast in the new.
Not my fault.
New chat scoot.
Not my fault. Not my fault.
Okay.
Not my fault.
Join Alex Cox in their new community chat.
Not my fault.
Okay.
Because you have the audacity to support one of my Patreon projects.
Oh, I do that.
And despite the settings, which is don't alert people. I don't want this to send to people.
You're telling me Patreon has added some kind of new piece of UI somewhere?
Yes. That.
Oh my God! I can't believe what a trek it is to upload a podcast to Patreon now. There's new dismiss X's everywhere now.
I am so.
You don't want to make this part of a drop
so
napkin,
embarrassing.
Or what? I don't want to know. I don't want to do anything.
I am so upset right now. This is so. Oh God.
What's embarrassing?
No, that you are getting that anybody who would get those alerts that don't want to that have been like, yes, I subscribe to this feed. I want to see things that are in this feed. And then you go to a separate part and say, I want to be alerted about this little dingus.
Yes.
And so there's like
it's
a
really
little.
Okay. It's really okay.
I don't like. Wow, I peaked.
Can I just give you a note that you can take or leave?
Yeah.
Check the spelling on independent. So it's no big, but just double check. So, credibility. Tip of the hat.
Well, exactly.
Tip of the hat. So God, we have so much to watch together. Tip of the hat, tip of the hat, tip of the hat. Okay.
But doesn't it turn you off? Like I have the
I don't want to talk about the internet.
You started talking about the internet.
No, I was talking about people. You're the one talking about the internet. I'm talking about people. You think it's the internet. I think it's people.
I think it's the people at Patreon who keep not letting me give money to the people that I in a way that I want, and then let people kindly
like
give
an ad for
us
Sling TV.
What is Sling TV?
Doesn't matter. Something has changed
it's about
within me.
People. Something.
I think Billy is going to see it in the theater additionally now. Oh yeah, so I had two reviews. I had two reviews on Letterboxd last night. One of them was they're both shitposts, but the first one was I like that the goat wears glasses. One review, and the other review I think it was exquisite. Exquisite. New line. Like being in the gift shop for a dream. Have you ever been to downtown Disney? At any Disney property?
Yes.
So much of that movie, not in a bad way, but like it really was like my dreams in some ways, which do involve things like gift stores. There were so many scenes in that movie, like sets that, like I had 3 different minor acid flashbacks last night, just for what it's worth. Nothing bad, nothing I need to see a doctor about, but there was 2 in particular where I definitely was having, and I said to Madeline, doesn't this feel a little bit like tripping and maybe a little bit like a bad trip at points? And she's like, it absolutely feels like that. The camera goes upside down and flies into a gift shop. It all looks like a gift shop. It's all like it's like Hogwarts gift shop. I love that band. Yeah.
I am not a fan of most gift shops, but when you say, well, okay, my mind immediately goes through the gift shop, the documentary
that's
but then,
theoretically kind of about Banksy.
Yeah, and I still so many.
Yeah, I know. I think that this all became less amusing to me a really long time ago. Oh, you made a stencil. That's cool. Got a hand-drawn names.
I get it. Shepherd Fair. I get it. I can't spell independent.
We don't use that word
I
anymore.
should be allowed to.
No, I was. No, I understand. I was trying to help.
No, you were.
Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. I was.
No. I was recently.
Gift shops.
Gift shops. Oh, no. And I recently was in a gift shop. And now I'm just trying to think how I feel about them and how I feel about
but it's not a value thing, but on your next viewing, because I imagine you'll have at least one more probably tonight after your stand-up meeting.
Yeah, but it's going to be tonight.
Oh, yeah. I got, so I wasn't like, when I said I was sluggish, I was mostly just, I was going to the bathroom. I knew it was going to, I try to save you from a lot of the information, but I just need a little extra time. So thank you. But no, I forgot up, and I did watch Defying Gravity again. In particular, I love the cape. Oh, and I love that move she does. That little swing she does in the window. When
well, there are a lot of swings. I was about to agree.
Well, when Glinda puts the cape on her and ties it on.
Oh,
and she all but says, "There, now you look like a real witch."
Yeah.
But then she pulls out her hair, she flips her hair out like Glinda, and then she does that cool turn. By the way, how great are those boots? I told Madeline she should get those boots. Those are great boots.
Honestly, the buttons on her, I mean,
she has great buttons. How do they find people the same size? They're both, how little both of them are? It's insane.
They're
both very little.
Cute together.
They are
just oh my god.
And I liked late in the third act when they gave Elphaba a second expression to have. Because most of the movie, she kind of has the one expression. And then at the end, when she has her comedy glasses off and she's like singing big and you can see her teeth and she looks like a cartoon character. Oh, my God.
I'm now.
These gals can sing.
You sure it wasn't an acid situation?
Then Billy showed me pictures of the male lead. She said, actually, he looks weird here. He's super gay and a lot more handsome with the beard. And I was like, he is a lot more handsome with the beard.
I agree. I did not know.
He seems charming.
I didn't know who he was. He's in the Bridge show, the Shonda show.
Bridge show. Is that Bridgerton?
I don't enjoy media the right way. Bridgerton,
yeah.
Yes, which I haven't seen.
It's a period sex show. Not about. I mean, I don't know if they have sex during the period. I don't know if they had periods back then. But
yeah, they went in a tent. I think
yes, they did. They threw a hole in a sheet. Overseen by a vicar. Domine. That ain't no holy water.
No.
I gotta go. Defying Gravity. Does Matt like musical stuff?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Like, that is his thing.
If you're comfortable saying on his behalf, what are some musicals he particularly likes?
Wicked is his by far.
Oh, that's
his
so
favorite,
awesome. So he's loved it for a long time, huh?
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
And has been
I thought
waiting.
the movie was thrilling. I mean, I'm having fun with it, but I thought it was, again, film that knows what it is. It was very Barbie in a lot of ways, but it knew what it was. Except for certain points, I love the cinematography. The look by the second act did start to feel a little like a Netflix movie, but I still loved the way it looked. But like, how does Elphaba's sister get to go into the turning library? Is that a thing she does?
Exactly. Yeah.
You can't say that anymore, but it's a question I was wondering.
Well, I did literally in the.
Just imagining some little villager monkey guy just standing there going, "Sorry, Wheels, you got to be this tall."
Yeah. I
did say that three different times last night. Thanks, Wheels. It's a tribute to the Burger King Kids Club.
Anyway. He was the best.
Gravity. Yeah. Is her father? Did I get from like her little? God, it reminded me of Dune Prophecy a little bit. She has that flash. Is her dad like a bad animal guy? I mean, her father, the guy with the hat. Is he like a bad animal guy? I bet he is, right? We'll find out in part 2.
I believe so.
Right.
This is the thing. I have not. I started reading the book when in like.
Billy says there's a ton more sex in the book.
I stopped reading it. It was so gross.
The way he put it was he wasn't trying to be salacious, but he really laid down the vibe. He's like, no, there's a lot more explicit sex in the book.
Yeah.
Between whom, if I could ask, if you remember, between whom?
The animals there was a lot of metaphors for gay rights that didn't play out great when there was like implied bestiality, and I was 12 and suppressing things, so I was like, I'm gonna put that down.
I would put that somewhere perhaps in the tradition of like Animal Farm, where it's like, or for that matter, a Godzilla movie. Like a Godzilla movie lets us talk about nuclear bombs, and Wicked lets us talk about gay things.
I'm saying that I worry, like I have now started listening to the audiobook, and I'm like, okay, I understand why this upset me, but
is it funny?
It's
a funny book, right?
Nah, okay. No, not.
Was it intended to be a funny book?
I don't think so. Okay. I could be literally.
So you're saying this ain't your daddy's Wizard of Oz.
Wait, now I'm like, you might be more into the Wicked. I thought I was
the Wicked verse. No, I'm not. No, I barely know. I'm sitting here just I'm just happy. I actually did say it to Billy last night. I don't want to be right. I want to be happy. What were we arguing about? Oh, we were arguing. I can't talk about it. We got into an argument about eating disorders, and I can't say why. Anyway,
Oh yeah, because just mentioning
Because apparently that's in the discourse, and I found that out last night.
Oh yeah.
So if there's anyways, and I super don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
I think she's delightful. Did you see her hosting SNL? Ariana
Yes.
Grande? Isn't she something?
Yes.
She's a force. She's got such a spark. Like, she just lights up on screen in a way very few people do.
I have nothing bad to say about her, and I think there's
I think she
very
works
strong
really
opinion.
hard. I get the feeling she works really hard. Yeah.
She seems very nice.
Yeah, she does seem nice. I mean, imagine what she's got to put up with in life. My God.
Imagine what she has to put up with on the internet. Some people do create more inboxes for themselves.
So I enjoyed it very much, and I'll watch it again. I paid $30 for it. Hope to shout. I'm going to watch it again. Wow. Well, thank you so much, everybody. It's been a big week here.
Yeah,
Rabbit. And
I bet Merlin did the challenge. I did the challenge real hard for 2 weeks.
Oh, are you ready to do that? Are you ready to talk about the challenge?
Are you? Should we start the show?
Oh, wait, let me see if I got anything else. Tip of the hat. Oh, yeah, sing your complaints. That's a challenge. Tote bag. No, I think that's everything. Challenge!
Wait, no, circle back. I just need to play something for you quickly because I was listening to this. This is a cautionary tale about listening to podcasts on
Is it a
QX.
Wicked related podcast?
No, it is a Hitler-related podcast. When the you co-host, and I've gotten real back into Hitler lately. I've been reading Eric Larson's.
Boy. Yeah.
Have you read his In the Belly of the Beast?
Nope.
It's about.
Have I ever got something for you? Oh my God.
I'm ready.
Okay, just say it real quick because you might have already watched it. And this is going to sound weird because I'm recommending a Hitler thing, but I actually think this is a Hitler thing that a lot of people could enjoy, even people who know lots of Hitler stuff, and it has an angle. Have you seen the new Netflix series?
No.
Oh, man. It's called Netflix. This is how you get on a list. Netflix Hitler.
Okay. The amount of times I've typed Luigi into browsers without VPNs this past month, I'm on so many lists. Oh boy.
What am I to glean from that? Oh, I see. Because internet. It's called Hitler and the Nazis: Evil on Trial. And can I pitch you on this?
Yes.
Okay. It's a Netflix show. But like it's very well done, and it's hard to describe. It's basically about Hitler. It's a if it's Netflix, it's probably 10, but multi-part series.
Say, like 6, or is it like?
But it's about Hitler, and it's got lots of like very well done reenactments. But let me give you the hook for it. The hook at first appears to be that it's kind of about everything leading up to Nuremberg, and so like intercut all through the series, which is about Hitler, but it's about it's about Rome, it's about Goering, it's about Hess, it's about all of them, but through the Hitler thing, but it's intercut constantly through cut to 1946, and I can see why people would hate this, but it's like beautifully done reenactments, but they use the original audio from Nuremberg, and I think they do a really nice job with it. But here's the big hook. A book I read 30 years ago, I think his name's William Scherer, I think his name is, wrote that book. You've probably seen that big fat book that says the rise and fall of the Third Reich. It's the giant, and he's done a ton of books. He was an American journalist reporting in Germany and was there like kind of from the beginning. And it's I know this is not going to sell it, but it's really cool. He's the through line through the whole show. It's the reporting of William Scherer, and then what leads up, and he of course reported also at Nuremberg, is the line through all of this. So it's just give it a shot. It's really good. And the guy who plays Hitler is definitely a theater kid.
Plays it. So I am really excited for this.
But it's like, when I say reenactments, I don't know. For some reason, I always think of those South Korean like news videos. You ever seen those like wackadoo reenactments that they do?
They need to come back. I haven't seen any good ones.
Do you
in
remember Parks and Rec with the Harvest Festival?
Yes.
Where the Wama pokes. There's two things I know. White people, they love Rachel Ray and they hate curses. The 3D reenactment. But I think sorry, that's enough. What else? So we were talking about. We talked about this on our program for a long time because I think all three of us got obsessed with what we started calling Hitler pills.
Yes.
Because we were like, what's Trump taking? He's taking all these drugs. And then we read Blitzed for the show. And I think I've read most of it. I don't know if I read the entire book. But you've probably already seen it on YouTube. There's also the main character in a really good YouTube video on Blitzed has Eric Larson. Is that his name?
Eric Larson is the author of I don't know. He's not in Blitzed.
What's the?
Maybe
okay,
he's
I'm fucking this up.
book.
I made a list for Billy a couple years ago. I'm sure I can find. I think it's just called Hitler Pills, and it's all the best videos on YouTube about Hitler's drug use.
Oh, I want that.
Oh yeah, let me see if I can find it for you.
I
put in notes.
As has been probably mentioned before, with my childhood rent obsession, my basically, now that as I realized later, it was basically my 6th grade thesis, which, but not. Basically, I spent the entire year doing a project researching children in the Holocaust because no one was like, maybe that's not a good idea for an 11-year-old
But I mean,
do.
there's the immediate angle that comes to mind. But there's also
like,
the
kids
the
my
angle.
age.
Yeah, but I mean, there's also the angle of like kids in England having to like leave their parents and be somewhere safer. There's a lot of course, there's the ship that we turned away. Well, God, with all the people on it. You know that story, right?
No.
Oh my God, there's a refugee. This is such a blight on America. It's one thing to say, well, we want to stay out of the war. We already lost so many, blah, blah. Churchill's begging us, please, give me a hand. No, but there was an entire ship of, I think, primarily Jews that had made it to the United States, and we wouldn't let them in. People were talking through portholes to their family. They were not allowed to get off the boat, and that boat turned right around and went back.
Oh my.
Can you imagine that?
Again, this is one of those things that's not.
At least I knew I'm free.
Not surprising, but always still shocking. Like,
we're talking
mostly
about the when you talk about the children, you're talking about the first one, the bad one. They'll you go into the left line, you go into the right line kind of stuff. Yeah.
The just a very broad overall of we had to read Anne Frank, and one of the it was like pick your the
Otto Frank cut all
of
the sex out of it. You know that, right?
Why couldn't he just have let his kid be horny and have her period? Come on, she's stripped
dead.
all dignity.
She's dead, dude.
God damn.
To quote Johnny Fairplay's friend on Survivor, she's dead, dude. Just let her have had genitalia and desire.
Let her have been a young lady. I think this is kind of. Oh, and anyway, there's still in my parents' basement. I'll try to get my dad to have a picture of it. One of those 3
Yeah, I know exactly which science project. Yep. I knew exactly which. And what was it called? What did it say across the top, Alex?
The top was
Children of the Holocaust.
Children of the Holocaust. Yep. Title. Yep. And
Yikes.
There were, it made one teacher cry. I got they were like, oh my God, this is made I got an A on it. But because also at that time, not
had all the sections, hypothesis, methods. There's a potato clock there for some reason. In conclusion,
okay, I did have
the big yellow one's the sun.
We had to do a we had to explain how did this happen, and then I was like, why did you?
Were you able to test your hypothesis?
Yeah, I did. I had a whole section about.
I just love it at that point.
Chemicals.
If you put on one of those doctors mirror things on your forehead and just pull out a giant set of calipers and yell next. Mouse. Chanel.
When I was like in college, my sister-in-law, when my sister-in-law was in college, she came like home, and my mom was like showing her the basement of our and like being like, "Oh yeah,
Oh, how
like,
funny! Oh my
and
gosh!"
then just it was like, "Oh yeah, here's Tommy's science project. I think he did like a potato thing, and here's Alex."
Oh, that is
was
so
her
funny.
first impression of me. Basically a science project full of children's corpses and a list of the chemicals they used. And I'm sorry if this is like upsetting.
Did you watch? Did you watch that? Did you watch that one movie yet? The movie. The movie. The Auschwitz
The Substance.
Family. Oh, The Substance is so good. I've oversold it, so I'm not going to sell it anymore. No, what's the movie I'm thinking of? There was a big movie this year. I watched it 3 times. The Family That Lives at Auschwitz. It's not Rudolph Hess. I get the names confused, but it's the guy who ran Auschwitz, and he's one of his many roles in addition to running Auschwitz. Oh, this is horrible. But no, he's like one of the Zyklon B guys. Because the Einsatzgruppen was way too expensive. You couldn't have these gas trucks. You're wasting a bunch of bullets. How do we do this more efficiently? Volume. And that's where the Zyklon B came in. Enjoy your Krups coffee maker. Enjoy your BMW. No, it's fine. It's Bavarian Motor Works. Vergnügen, they call it. Hey, challenge this week is to play some fucking video game.
No.
Yes.
Wait.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to say this.
On another. I did not even get to share. See, people who listen to the show. I interrupt back when Merlin quote
Exhibit B
me.
and how shitty I am at saving my hosts from themselves.
No. Because this will started. This no.
We're just texting about this.
I know.
Please continue.
I want. No,
whatever happens in the show is what.
Hitler just was being opportunistic because it was the beginning of his great ascent. Those 2 years where Hitler just was being opportunistic because it was the beginning of his great ascent. Those 2 years where
I was listening a little quick, and I was like, wait a second.
Well, John pointed out that, a lot of what's happened in the last 100 years, we've been tearing down the great man theory of history. And I did want to get his pronouns right. That was a bad correction, and I regret that was taken out of context. What I was trying to say was it wasn't one man that did all of it.
No,
that's all I was trying to say.
It's very clear in context, but I was listening at a high speed. And I'm like, wait. And then I just wandered. This is where you would save me by being like, Alex, don't start to think about what if Hitler was non-binary.
Knowing that I'm very sensitive about that. Thank you for throwing me under the bus for that. No, I appreciate it. The thing is, his demands were very simple, and it's something Chamberlain thought he'd be able to navigate it easily. He wanted to annex the Sudetenland. Not a big deal. Just let him have this little bit of Czechoslovakia. Nobody even wants it, and he wanted to have people call him by the right pronouns.
Challenge.
It's called, it's actually, when the translation is their struggle. How do you say that? How do you say that in German? How do you say that?
Wait.
Thy struggle. No. Because Mein Kampf is my struggle.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to Google it, though.
Well, I'm going to, Chatty.
Chatty G. That's funny, though. I'm glad that was funny. I hadn't noticed that, but that is funny.
It was really... Oh gosh!
You're like a drive time, like a morning DJ, like taking things people say and cutting them into funny things. Make a man look foolish. A man in my position cannot afford to be made to look foolish.
I was sharing
Big fan of your pictures, Mr. Waltz.
My failings as a podcast listener. I'm like, no, I should enjoy.
Yeah.
I could have, yeah.
Did you get my playlist? Did you see it? Did you see all the good stuff on it? I just texted it to you.
Do not disturb on because I am engaged.
It is nine videos. Oh, look at the Pervitin. Wouldn't you love some Pervitin? I could get shit done if I had some Pervitin.
Oh my God. Oh man. Too bad. Ooh, this is
Norman Ohler. That's his name. That's the Buzzed guy.
Norman Ohler.
That's the guy who wrote the book Buzzed that we read. And he's the guy who's on.
This is the he's also in the Hitler documentary series that I'm gonna be.
I'm starting to think we need to do more Hitler on this program, or at least more World War II. You know.
Well, honestly, I know nothing about World War One, and in this,
it's a shame. It was a goddamn shame, is what it was.
Okay, hold on. All right? We're gonna do another one.
Oh Jesus, no!
Don't know. Like if Dungeons and Dragons has too many strict rules and dice for you, try playing Diplomacy, which is a game where everybody, all of the people who are playing, all of the, let's be honest, boys who are playing Diplomacy, represent a country in pre-war World War One. And everybody gets
from Risk.
Oh,
No,
it's different from Risk. Avalon Hill games,
different.
take a dirt road. This is just a board, and then the only pieces on it are armies and navies. I think everybody gets 2 armies and 1 navy, except Russia gets 1 more of each. And
This is great.
you draw lots for who's going to be which country.
Great
and then every
podcasting.
round
Hold
is
on.
just you talking privately to the other boys about who you're going to fuck over, and you write orders for attack. The orders go into effect, and then you just keep doing that over and over until there's 6 sad boys and 1 winner.
So it was very important for me to play
That was funny.
It was very important for me to play that. Because
Why?
That is the perfect description, and I just want people to know.
Oh, wait, are you familiar with the
way that
game?
you described this? Merlin,
Are you fucking with me? I thought nobody.
through.
Oh my God! Really? Did you play it as a kid?
No.
It was
no,
a very
I played it as an
It was a very
adult.
grown-up game when I was a kid.
Well, that's the thing. As an adult, I was introduced to Risk, and as you know, I came from a very controversial office workspace. But I have to say, an actual controversy was the amount of fighting people got into over playing Diplomacy. That it was actually banned because there were
because people were screwing each other over and
there were real fights happening, like no shit, because we it was a shared office space, and so it was.
That is wild. I didn't know people still played it. It's like I say, like Avalon Hill games, or like those I'm talking about, those really pretty boxed games they were very popular in the 60s and 70s. God, I love the covers of those games, those boxes. They would have them at department stores at like Sears, and I didn't know what they were, but I would just go and look at all the box covers. Oh my God. But anyways, it's like looking at Atari art, it's not really what the game looks like, but boy, those covers are great. That's so cool. Okay. Well, I wasn't very good at it.
This is a good segue, I think, because you once again, you illustrated why, that is exactly how the game goes. It would be way more fun to talk or play that game on a podcast rather than have your co-host just put up their phone and have and just listen to the same
it's actually
podcast.
Even more boring than that. Given the emotional tumult that will come out of that quote unquote game, it's incredible that it's really not fun to play unless you're the kind of person who wins. It's horrible. You think Monopoly takes too long? Call the cops. This game just goes on for so long, and it's But some of those guys were real assholes.
That's why you play it digitally now, and you can do it.
Digital diploma.
You won't. I realize you won't. You would never engage in this because it's another inbox, and it's usually multiple inboxes. Yeah. Yes,
I'm learning a lot about my relationship to games.
Yeah, which is why I wanted to just the way that you talk about games sometimes, and then the way you talk about video games. Don't Jesus Christ! No, you have the floor, Merlin.
No, I don't want the floor. No. This is sometimes if you're like me and you're from Ohio and a little slow, sometimes it takes 40 or 60 times for you to really have something sink in. And this was a good week for that. I had a good sinking in this week. But I want to hear the challenge this week was to play Balatro Plus.
Yes.
And do you want to tell people about what that game is?
This is oh my gosh, there's a lot of controversy over what this is technically
Could you start
called.
by explaining what the fuck it is?
Balatro is a
rather than
video
going right to the internet controversy. Could you open by explaining to people who are listening?
What do you mean by the everything isn't the internet, because the internet is a part of everything.
Oh, so there's a lot of Balatro drama at your home, with people you talk to like face to face, you have a lot of Balatro discussions.
Yes, whether or not it is a roguelike or whether or
things are
not
going great
it's
for you.
What?
A lot of you have a lot of Balatro plus discussions. You talk about some cockamamie card game you play on a computer, and that's called. People are getting mad. They're fighting about it, huh? You could settle it with diplomacy. Diplomacy at 20 paces. And the thing is about Russia, and I did go and look it up. And if for the 5 people out there who actually look at stuff I do, I think it's inside of an alt tag, which I know is ableist. But let me find what I said about it. So I posted a photograph. You see that photograph of Diplomacy Club? That's a real photo. That's me when I was 13.
Where did you text this to me? Where is?
Okay, never mind. Let me go find this. I thought you looked at the internet.
I do.
I posted it on Ivory and I posted it on Blue Sky. And it's from when I was in military school in 7th grade. Here, I'll just send you the photo because you can't be fucked to go look at it online. If you're busy arguing about cards. Let me click that. I'll paste it here. That's Diplomacy Club. I'll see if you can figure out which one is me. Look to the western skies. You know? Someone recently told me everyone deserves a chance to fly.
Oh my God. You look so much like Billy. It's freaking me out.
Do you see it?
Oh
Really?
my God. Yeah. Oh my God.
Okay, so, sorry. Here, this won't be as funny now because it's funnier when people discover these things on their own, but they don't do that anymore. So I'm sending you this, and if you look at the alt for that, it says, in the game Diplomacy, Russia starts with 4 supply centers, which is unique compared to the other powers that start with 3. Because of this, Russia begins the game with 4 units. They got 2 armies, 2 fleets. This setup makes Russia the only power to start with 4 units, giving it a slightly more complex and strategically flexible position. But it's also more to defend, if you know what I mean. You know, Russia had Soviet Union had 10 time zones. That's what Negative Land said.
No, we should get a reverse.
So you can tell which one's me?
Yeah, a little bit. Unless
so the other guy in the front is Brian Bondi, and he was at that time my roommate.
Oh, your roommate or your roommate?
Talking about
I don't know
roommate.
How
talking about roommate. Talking about roommate.
Roommate.
You asked me if Brian Bondi's my roommate or my roommate.
Ruin mate.
Rune. Keep your rhymes pure. Tip of the hat. You know what? It's going to be a whole separate episode. Is we're just going to watch an entire Seth Rudetsky video together. That's the thing we're going to do. What was the other thing I wanted to make you watch? Tote Bag. I got to write things down better. Children of the Holocaust.
I believe it is also a title of an out of print book.
Good. Tired of hearing about it. Challenge this week is to play Balatro Plus, which is a game where you do card things. And I saw a lot of buzz about it. And it was described as what? A combination. But I mean, this is what I've heard. Is it's a combination between solitaire and...
No.
Okay. Well, how do you describe what it is? I thought it was between like solitaire and poker.
It has many similarities to poker. Not if you go into it thinking it's like
Are you in a secret society where you're not allowed to explain what this fucking game is?
It's not solitaire. That's part of the explanation.
Describe the game.
It's not solitaire. First of all, Balatro.
Describe it
not solitaire.
for other people out there who will never get through the introduction that explains how the commands work. But no, that's neither here nor there.
I mean, I think it is if that's how.
Tip of the hat.
Balatro or Balto as why do you keep saying plus? Is that because it's what is called on iOS or all of Apple's thing? Okay, yeah, sorry, I just found
just a thing
out.
Just a thing I made up to frustrate you about your card game.
No, but I was
called it the wrong thing. It's actually called Apple TV Plus, Balatro Plus.
Oh boy, if you're familiar with poker at all, you're going to really like. Hello, listeners. What
kind of poker? Merlin, 5-card draw, 5-card stud. What kind of poker was it like?
A
Texas you Hold'em.
Poker in general, because depending on the type. Poker in general, just the concept of poker.
Trying to make pairs, threes, flushes. That kind of stuff.
Yes. A flush is when there's 5 of the same suit. However, in a game like Balatro...
Nice. I don't even have one suit.
you get these modifier
That was kind of funny.
cards.
There was a guy who was
I was
5 of the
trying
same
to
suit.
almost explain it.
Kind of like Irv in Severance. It's like 5 of the same suit. He's a good
Like
kisser. I watched the
Like how
entire
you-
thing in one day. I rewatched the entire series in one day.
The
Yeah.
of
I skipped
so
2 and
good.
3 because I'm pretty familiar with those.
Oh.
No, because I just wanted to get to the end. But like,
I see. Yeah. The Balatro.
Balatro Plus.
Talk about Severance. Balatro Plus. It's a video game. It starts out like a game of poker, but then you get these modifier cards that are in the form of a joker, which like a joker from a playing card set, and it has different ways to make your hand better or your playing streak better. Like I have what's up here. This is Jolly Joker, +8 multiplier if your hand contains a pair. So if I was playing a pair of 8s, it means it would actually be 16. That and sorry, wait, no, 16.
24.
Then but hold up, 24. But then let's say you have another Joker card as well. That is, you've got a +8 mult. Well, you also have a ×3 mult if the cards.
Oh, it's cumulative like Uno.
It just
That's a card
keeps
game
going
I know.
and going. Yes,
I play old Uno. I play classic Uno. I don't play this crazy new Uno where you just write whatever you want on a card. The great man theory has
too
its
much
problems.
independence of
Yeah.
kids these days for anything.
And so, do the cards you get? So, do you get the regular 52 cards plus?
Yes.
Are there literally just 2 jokers, or are there like other funny cards like that?
There are dozens, if not, I think like hundreds of modifier,
Wow.
Both Joker cards and also what are called celestial cards, and these are
That's
just
racist.
other. They're just
That's what they call the Chinese
ways-
people on Deadwood. Call them the
It's
Celestials.
just ways to make your hands
San Francisco
more powerful.
cocksucker.
The goal of the game is just to play, to
Cards.
score enough in your round. Each. Oh boy, I'm realizing now that if you haven't seen the tutorial,
I've seen the tutorial.
so wait, but have you? Do you really not? I almost want to go to.
No. See, I'm being a karma suck. I want to support you about this. But yeah.
It's
I'm
not.
sure it's a
Did you
good
think it was
game.
complicated? Wait, you're sure it's a good game as in you like played it, or you were like, this is a bad, a bad.
It's a different conversation. I couldn't get through the tutorial. It just kept going on.
Interesting.
No, not interesting, and I'll explain why later if you
Yeah.
care. But no, I want to hear more
I
about
do.
how does this in what way does this thrill you in a different way than other games that are like this?
Because just the different ways they have modified and changed.
Because it changes your strategy, then, right?
Yeah, the fight between, okay, is it a deck builder versus?
That's what I was going to ask you, and I thought it'd sound stupid. I was going to ask you if it's like a Pokemon or a Magic the Gathering, where like you can you don't like accumulate cards and like build a corn maze and an ancient scholar.
Well, that's the
You flip
thing.
the
Like
pig?
if you play,
You don't activate the pig; you flip the pig.
it's oh god. Do you know what a roguelike is?
No, I know the Card Wars
Merlin?
episode of Adventure Time. Does that help?
Okay, a roguelike is a video game basically where if you make progress and then you die and like you don't have any more lives left, you
die
have
in
to
the dream,
completely
too.
start over. Yes, you die and you die in real life.
All right.
But a lot of people don't like roguelikes because then it's like, oh, I lost all of my stuff. But
When it's roguelike, the rogue is a kind of game. Is that what it's saying?
yes,
It's like a kind of game called
roguelike
Rogue.
is where you have to play. You get one chance, but Balatro, you are playing basically 10 rounds of poker, or and they're calling it an ante. So you have you need to get through. You need to win these 10 hands.
In that sense, is it like Michael Clayton regular poker, where like if you have the high hand, everybody gets out, you win the pot? Is it straightforward like that?
No, you
don't win like other cards or something, right?
You get more money. Like it's because it's called an ante because like you're betting, so you get the money that you've had to ante to buy different cards in the game to make your cards more powerful. So it's not like you're buying little mama. Yeah. Okay. So like suddenly your two of hearts can appear out of nowhere, which is the thing that can happen in the game, and it becomes more powerful than the ace of spades. And so you just keep on being able to make your like regular 52 card deck into.
That's cool. Is it kind of like the way like Zach's like chess game, where it forces you to like this game so well, but now this forces you to think from a completely different angle, kind of idea.
Correct.
That's cool. That must be exciting. That sounds cool.
That's the and the idea, like the thing that makes it good for people like me who do enjoy roguelikes. Like you do, if you don't, let's say you get 5 hands in, and then suddenly you quote by losing means like your hands don't add up to the round score. So like you need 5,000 chips, say, to win the hand.
Oh, like going out in gin?
Yeah, and so then it's like, oh, you quote lost. Okay. And so yeah, you did lose, like you are like out of the poker competition or whatever, but by playing you have unlocked different modifier cards that you can use in the future. So if you just wanted to, let's say a game like Threes that never cards / playing pieces like never.
That song is still in my head from years ago.
Like never changes. Like if you want something like that, then it's Balatro could just be like a fun little.
It looks really
poker modifier.
It's a good looking game.
Yes. It does. There is a lot of reading and a lot of nerdy like poking around. It adds like the poker nerdery to the just to the roguelike.
Do you wear sunglasses when you play it? Because I think poker guys generally wear sunglasses, or like they'll wear a hat. Have you seen that?
I miss the days where they would wear those little green hats.
Oh, like you're talking about like a gambling visor. I'm talking about those douchebags on TV where people just sit in a circle in Las Vegas and try not to have an expression.
Yeah, that was a.
And it goes, oh my God, Joey Chestnut just played his flush man, and you're like, that's exciting. And the river goes in his deck.
They reached
his final form.
Dude,
it's really fun.
This is.
I'm glad you like it. I'm so glad you like games. It seems like it's an important part of your life is the game stuff.
Yes, games and play are arguably the most important and most enjoyable part.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, hang on. I've been hung out to dry quite enough this week. Thank you very much.
No, I want to
games and play. That's like me going, machine guns and play. Like those don't have to be deranged. I can have play. Well, if you look at the challenge spreadsheet, you'll see my idea related to this. But don't look yet.
All right.
Nope.
Well, exactly. I want
to hear more about Balatro Plus.
The reason
do you play competitively with friends?
You can.
Do you mostly play against machine?
The short answer is no. The Alex answer is, well, yeah, if you have friends on Steam and Game Center or on whatever platform you're playing on,
all right,
you have different challenges.
What do you play your Steam games on?
I don't play my Steam. I don't have Steam games.
Like man, I really want that game that lets you build a village. It's driving me crazy. I can't get it. I'm still open to suggestions on Mac and Apple. What's it called? Little Shantytown? What's the game I want to play? Little House? Village Boy? Village Idiot? What's it called? It's called Big Top Joey. No, I know this. It's called Glade. Tiny Glade.
Yeah.
If there are apps like Tiny Glade that I can play in the Apple ecosystem, I'd love to know about it. That's all, please and thank you.
But
I bought it on Steam, but I can't play it on anything.
Did you try to play Balatro on the television like you mentioned
yeah, that's what I played it. That's what I started to play it on. Yeah. I got my
All right.
PlayStation controller set up and everything.
And I need to watch this tutorial again because
it's not. This is not.
That is interesting.
It's not. It's not a fruitful
Yes,
direction.
it is.
I have
Yes,
an
it is.
analogy that I'm going to use that's going to bring it all together and finally get me peace in death.
Go on.
Are we ding out after that?
I will make one actual pitch to people.
Yes, please do.
Right before I
Give us your fucking money.com.
Yes, give us your fucking money.com.
That helps support the show. We need the money. Thank you. Happy New Year.
Yes, please. You know what? In the after show, I do want to hear, because I did throw you under the bus but we talk about play and games all the time, but
we're having fun here.
Like such. I know, but you never think it's interesting, and then you end up saying something really profound and interesting, and then it becomes like
Isn't
a
that
fucking
the worst?
blog.
It must be really frustrating.
It must be the worst. And then and so I'm just saying, give us your fucking money.com. Probably going to bully Merlin into talking more about games.
Well, now it's not as fun for me to end it the way I was going to end it. I thought it would be fun.
Oh well.
So imagine somebody who grew up in the United States aware of The Wizard of Oz. And maybe they'd even seen The Wizard of Oz, but they were never like into The Wizard of Oz. They couldn't really tell you like exactly about the story beats, but they certainly never got into like how drunk were the Munchkins and was that a person hanging and did the trapdoor hit her in the head and like all the lore and like, is that a dead person? All the lore, Pink Floyd, they never got into any of that. They're aware of The Wizard of Oz, but for practical purposes, that poor bastard is just kind of hasn't followed the world of Wizard of Oz. And then Wicked comes out and everybody goes, oh my God, have you seen Wicked? And you're like, no, I haven't seen Wicked. I'm like, well, do you like musicals? And they go, not really. I go, oh, but you like the Wizard of Oz. You go, I mean, I'm aware of the Wizard of Oz. Wait, have you not watched the Wizard of Oz and you're not into, you've got to see Wicked. Okay, well, what is it? Oh, it's a musical that's kind of as a jumping off point, takes the books, the L. Frank Baum books, but especially the MGM movie, and like has this expanded thing, and it's got lots of Easter eggs, and it's got songs, and you learn what's really going on with the Wicked Witch. And it's like, I was never that interested in this analogy. I was never that interested in The Wizard of Oz, and I'm definitely not interested in Wicked. I'm just not into video games. And so it's not fun to me. It's lost on me. It feels like work, and I'd rather be doing almost anything than playing most video games. And I try to say this, and I realize I sound like such a sour character. Because on the one hand, nobody's at all interested in what I do like about video games or what I have liked about video games, because that's all old news. Nobody wants to hear what a man in his 50s did 45 years ago with a video game obsession, buying books about how to get better at video games. The hours that I spent playing Atari 2600, arcade games, Intellivision baseball, like all of those, nobody cares because like that's just your life. Why would we be interested in that? I want to talk about the thing I want to talk about. Play this video game where you learn about this game. Well, I don't like games. Like if I had to say what game is the most game, in some ways it would be the one that broke me, which is Sorry. I don't remember this, a Pop-O-Matic game from my youth. It's one of those terrible games where you just punish children while they roll dice. One of those horrible games. I'm just not, I mean, I've liked games. I've had fun with games. I've done lots of game things. As far as the video game stuff, like I said, like, it's like, I think people, not just my child, but I think almost all people refuse to believe that anything in the world happened before they were 15. And I understand their lack of interest in the things that had happened in the world before they were 15. And a lot of them really aren't germane to their life. But don't tell me I don't fucking like video games because, not you, but I'm just addressing the world here. But like, don't tell me I've never had an interest in video games and have no interest in games now. Sorry, take off the video part. I've liked lots of games. I'm like when Billy and I just played so much Uno when he was a kid. I told you I came up with my own rules for Candyland that completely changed the game. Like I like elements of game stuff, but it does not scratch an itch in my brain. And I don't really like puzzles, although New York Times calls them games. I would call them puzzles. But I do play the New York Times games, 3 New York Times games every day, and I enjoy that. But like, I don't derive a lot of pleasure about it. Here's the key. To appreciate a game like this, it seems to me, it helps to love games as a thing, because it's like Zach's thing. It's kind of a meta game in some ways, right? It's a kind of a game about games. Like, you have to, if you like the idea of games, you're going to especially love playing this. And I lack the gene for enjoying the most basic part of why people like games, I think. And I don't know why. And I feel weird having to explain it or defend it, but like, this is certainly not yelling at you, but it's just this further reminder. Because then what do people say? People, you know what people are going to say? Oh, we didn't finish the tutorial, fail. Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. Yeah, well, why don't you just go watch The Wizard of Oz 8 or 9 times and then watch it once with commentary, and then you'll finally be ready to watch Wicked, which I've decided you should watch. That's how it feels to me. I would not do that to a person. Over?
Do you want to end it on that?
No, that was horrible.
That wasn't horrible.
Well, no, I don't want to sound like a sourpuss.
No,
but
but that's the thing. When you say that you don't, first of all, whenever you say no one's interested about that, like you might not be, but many. Are you kidding me?
That? So hung up on that.
I am, because whenever you're like, oh, no one's interested in that, and then you talk about how something, why something doesn't scratch an itch in your brain, but by saying what doesn't, then you end up talking about what does. That's when it gets super interesting.
Well, in that case, I will tickle my idea for maybe the worst challenge we've ever had. Well, here's 2 challenges I'm going to tickle.
People were given all of that good stuff Merlin gave you, which I was almost interrupted because what he said about the tutorial, that it is itself really interesting, because is that element of play versus a game.
I enjoyed starting to learn how to be Spider-Man. I didn't commit enough to like really learning how to do good Spider-Man stuff, but it was fun to swing around. I enjoyed. I will return to Shadow of the Colossus someday. As soon as I learn, Billy doesn't know how to climb the cliff either. I'm in like minute 3.
It's one of the hardest games.
I'm in like minute 3 of Shadow. Oh, see? And again, and that's why I'm not allowed to play Journey, because I haven't learned how to play other video games. Also.
Oh, God.
But there are people who probably really enjoy that stuff. There are probably other people who are out there fragging their Wolfensteins or whatever, who are all mad and yelling, calling people homosexuals over headphones, who are all mad about like the game. This is taking too long. I want to start killing minorities or whatever. And I want a double joker. Where's my double joker? I flipped my pig, and now I can't get my ancient scholar out of my Wolfenstein. I got to double down my werewolf with my assassin. People don't understand. Games. I
flipped the pig.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Do you think you'd be the cool? You know what? I'm pretty sure you'd be the cool guy. I would have to drink the gross drink.
No,
You're messing up that pop with weird taste. Just the way that Finn says, "I flipped the pig." And then, of course, the classic line from BMO: "I do not play such games with Jake." Well, line 1049, you're only allowed to complain by singing. What if we made a rule that from now on you're in a musical, and not you, but one, and you're only, if you complain in life, you have to sing about it. And it has to be you've got to really try. You can't just go, "It took too long to get pot pie." They have to make, I don't have one off the dome, but I think it might go something like this. "And my pot pie's defined." No, that's not it. I got nothing. Tip of the hat. And then 1050, this is kind of an SAT analogy thing. It's like almost everybody I know has video games, right? They've got games that they like and games that they return to, and they're interested in new games, and right, like, and I'm just trying to figure out what is my version of video games, because I think there's cute, funny answers to that, but the idea for the challenge is, what is Merlin's version of video games, and what is the thing that Alex just can't grok that's like video games to Merlin? Is there anything?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I think
that would be fun.
Yeah.
I think that'd be. Yeah, I think that would be really. That would be fun to think about.
But it's also, it's almost like what I can't get is you're so playful, and it's not that I know why you wouldn't like
it feels like it
this
should
game.
be a better. It feels like it should be a better fit, right?
Well, I suppose, and that's why I think that it's interesting, especially because you say you don't like puzzles, and then you get really, really into a puzzle. What
are you talking about? Really into a puzzle? What are you talking about?
You're pretty deep into the New York Times game.
No, I have my own way. I have my own way of playing all.
We
of the
talked
games.
about it. We both have like our own house rules that how we make the game more fun for ourselves, and that is why that's why I say like God, I keep calling it Balto. I started saying it as a bit, and now I can't stop. It is, and so
Bolt is different from Balto, right?
Yes,
Is Bolt the one who doesn't? Bolt's the one who doesn't know he's in a movie, right? That was a good movie.
Yes. Bolt is the Disney.
Oh, Balto's like a real dog. He's a real cartoon dog.
Yes, and he got upstaged by the real hero, which was Togo. And there is a Willem Dafoe movie on Disney Plus. If anyone wants to know the real hero of Nome, Alaska, yeah, it was Togo all along. Thank you, Green Goblin.
It was so. But isn't it kind of funny? Because you're saying something and you're doing it in a very sweet way. You're saying, well, but you like blah. And like, it's kind of like me trying to talk somebody into Steely Dan. We were like, but you like the Doobie Brothers. Well, that's a bad example, but.
I don't either. I was like, is that?
Well, no, but I mean, it just keep coming back to my tortured Wizard of Oz metaphor. It's like, well, you'd appreciate it a lot more if you read the books from the early 1900s. But you know what's actually really good? Did you ever see the comics? Okay, so do you know who Scott? Do you know who Scotty? Wait, do you know who Scotty Young is?
No. Wait. I mean,
Scotty with a K.
You mean the more
baby
recent
covers? The baby covers?
Yeah.
Oh, so do you know about his Oz books?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Well, that was I've tried to explain this before. I know this sounds weird. There's like Billy and Me books. There's Billy and Mad books. There's some that are all of us books, but like they read Lord of the Rings. They read Harry Potter when Billy was little. I'm Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I'm Next Stop Grand Central. And one of theirs was the series. The Scotty Young Oz books are wonderful.
I'm looking at the
not least because he had the. So have you ever seen those like of Marvel? Especially, it might be best known to some people for the Marvel variant covers, of which I have many, where Scotty Young has drawn the cover. Superheroes as babies. You'll know Scotty. SKO is Scotty Young. Notes. But he does a series, and it's based on the books, as in like, no, we can't go anywhere near touching something that feels like the MGM movie, but it's got Button Bright. Papa always called me Button Bright because I was bright as a button. They're really sweet books, and it's got that the Pumpkinhead guy, and the Dorothy's really cool.
How old was how old should someone be to read this? 10 to 14 years is what Jeff Bezos says.
For a smart kid, Bezos might be right, but I would say you depending on the kid, they could be a little younger. You never know what's going to freak a kid out. Are you watching the Dune show by any chance?
No.
Okay. The other thing he did that's definitely not for babies is called I Hate Fairyland. And if you like that style and you want to look it up, check out I Hate Fairyland in a similar vein. Pull that up. Look at that cover.
Bad Goodreads, not. This is giving me.
Looks a little bit like Defying Gravity.
Self-harm squad vibes.
Huh.
Look at the.
That's really funny. Oh man, I had a title for this week's Rec Diffs that I didn't even bother putting in, but it's so good.
What was?
Well, have you ever seen the
give us
RCA
a
logo?
teaser.
Yeah, well, have you ever seen the RCA logo? The famous
Yes.
RCA logo.
The
There's-
80s. Well, I don't even know. Was it the?
Well, there was-
Wait,
it's like
before I
it's-
said it with confidence. Yeah.
There's like a dog. You recognize like the dog with the gramophone? Have you ever seen that?
Oh, yep. I see. Now I am looking at it, and I did indeed say it with
Yeah.
way too much
And it
confidence.
used
I see
to-
the
yeah, and it used to have
different
used to be
logos.
I used to have on it, like right on it. So there's a dog, and he's like turning his head as he looks into the gramophone. And there's a phrase that they used to just put like right on there. It would say his master's voice. And so my idea for this week's episode was his primary's voice. Sorry, I didn't mean to in secondary you.
Oh,